Hey y'all, what's up? Long time no see. Sorry, there's been a lot of things going on. Just a lot of stuff that is just like really hard to explain. But I figure we are like 2 days, not even away from July 1st. So I wanted to share with you guys what I'm going to be reading in July. And I'm going to do a new segment where, based on the cover, is what I think is going to happen. And then we will revisit at the end of the month. The third week of the month, we will revisit and see if my predictions were right based on covers. So the first thing I'm going to talk about really quick, though, is I got some books from the library. I do not mind the apartment, do not mind the setup. Things are changing around here, and I'm working on actually downsizing, so it's a cluster mess of a mess right now. Anyway, I got these 3 books. Yes, I know, only 3 books from the library. Who am I, right? Okay, so the first one I got is Kate Folk's. These are out there, and these are short stories. Some of them are short, some of them are not so short. I have made it to page 137, so I only have this little amount left to do out of the 240 pages of this book. It's really interesting. Not anything of what I expected. Like, there's a lot of smutty short stories in here, which I don't mind, but wow, I was not expecting that. But this was on the... I don't even know where this was. I want to say this is an adult, though, based on the content in it. 1 second. Alright, I apologize. It just got way too hot in here, so now, I have this really weird, look going on, so I apologize, but, nothing I can really do about it. You guys are just going to have to deal with the crappy quality. As long as you can see the books, that's all that matters, right? Right. Okay, we'll just do this, too. Hold on, I can't do this light. Okay, sorry. This is the best I could do, you guys. Next I got Tatlock's I'll Watch the Moon. It says it's a Christian novel, but it sounded really, really interesting. I don't think it's going to be anything too, creepy or anything. So, unfortunately, it doesn't go with any of the prompts for July. There is the book-related prompts, and the Summerween starts in July. But this one says, "This is my mother's story. This is Joseph's story. This is my story. There is no way to unravel the threads. All strands become one. I will tell all to the best of my ability. I will recreate the story from my own memory, from what my mother told me, and from the notes that she kept of what Joseph told her. But you must accept that while I can lay out the events, I can't always give the reason why certain things happened. I only know that they did, as painful as they were, and sometimes blessedly as marvelous as they were. But that's the whole point, really. Always there remain those questions that no one can answer, but what I cannot yet understand in this our story, I leave to God, who understands all." So I have no idea what this is about, but basically it's about letters, I believe. I don't know. We'll see if I actually like it. I really hope I do, but because it's a Christian, I wanted to pick it up and try it out. Not really a religious-y person, so books with religion in them aren't really my favorite. And then, you guys know I'm working through the Women's Murder Club series of James Patterson's. Well, I got 3rd degree. I found it. So, this is the 3rd book in the 22-book series. So, we're slowly making our way through. Not really, but kind of. Someone tore up the list, so I have to go through and find it again, but we'll figure that one out. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull the TBR card over, because that is the library portion. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into the book-related words portion for July. Okay. And the first one I have is Lucy Keating's Literally, a book about falling in love. And I love this cover. I think it's super stinking cute. Seriously, it's adorable. Basically, I'm not sure what this is going to be about. It says a book about falling in love. So it's definitely a book within a book, and it deals with falling in love. It says, what if your life was being written for you? Annabelle's life has always been perfect with a capital P, but the plot thickens when best-selling young adult author Lucy Keating visits Annabelle's English class and announces that she's writing a new novel, and Annabelle is the heroine. It turns out Annabelle is a character that Lucy Keating created. Everything in Annabelle's world, everything she's ever known, has come directly from Lucy's imagination. Even Will, the adorable new boy who's literally made for her, and Elliot, her brother's best friend, who she only ever thought of as a background character. Until now. It soon becomes clear that Lucy has a plan for Annabelle, but Annabelle doesn't want to live a life where everything she does is already plotted out. Will she find a way to write her own story? It's a Harper teen book. Wow. So an author writes a story about a person that's in this class, this English class student, and everything's like perfectly put together, but she wants to veer off into the abyss and make her own story. That's pretty interesting, actually. I'm not gonna lie, that's really interesting. I didn't realize that. I just liked the cover. But this Lucy Keating, who is the author of Literally, is literally the author of this book. That's pretty genius, if you ask me. So I think I'm gonna enjoy this one. So that's the first book we have. We have Jack's Black Book by Jack Santos. What happens when you flunk an IQ test? I don't know. This one was a free chapter book, so I picked it up. I thought it'd be fun and cute. It's like one of those like middle grade books, super quick, easy, fun, that kind of thing. It gives me vibes of like Nedsy's Classified School Survival Guide, if you guys remember that, where he had the not the diary, but the journal or whatever on the composition notebook. And he was in school and stuff, so I have a feeling that's going to be like this one. I suggest you read this book. These are the unsaid things that go on inside kids' brains. Okay, so that, Rosie Peel, age 11, these are the unsaid things that go on inside kids' brains. We're going to love this. It's like jumping into a kid's brain, basically, which is kind of cool. Then I have Lemony Snicket, the unauthorized autobiography. I do not, this is falling out. I do not know. This has like all sorts of different things in it. It's got illustrations in it. It's got blackout in it. It's got pictures in it, postcards in it, things like that. But this is the Lemony Snicket unauthorized autobiography. And this says autobiography, which is the book-related word, because biography, autobiography, books, letters, writing, literal, literary is writing. So you got this, and I'm really excited for this. This is just literally what it says. And then the last one I have for the book-related prompts, because this is for my bookshelves, guys, is Nicholas Sparks's Dear John. And Dear John is how you start a letter. So technically it is book related because you have to have letters and words in order to make a story. So Dear John. I'm not going to read the synopsis of this. A lot of people probably already know this one. I actually have never read it. It's in parts. I've watched the movie though, and I want to actually rewatch the movie when I finish this. So that is the book related portion. Now my favorite part, which I'm actually participating this year in this little readathon, is we'll go Summerween, you guys. Okay, so for those of you who are like live under a rock or whatever, or don't know what Summerween is, it is literally where during the summer you read scary books, horror books, all sorts of different kinds of books and things like that. I have a smorgasbord of books because I swear I have more horror books on my shelves than anything else. And I actually just recently bought one that's going to go with this. So we will talk about that one first. It doesn't seem like it's going to be in this category, but it will. I bought this at Ollie's because we just got it at Ollie's, you guys. It just opened on May 27th, and they have books there. I'm excited. I bought this for $1.99, so a $2 book, and this is Jessica Goodman's They Wish They Were Us. And I am ignore the sticker. But I am including this because if you look, us and were have blood on them. And I read a little snippet of this before. So, by the way, this is from Target. Just saying. So I already know this is going to be like a suspenseful, thrillery type, like, school setting, college maybe setting book, because of the plaid skirt and everything in the picture. But I read at least 3 chapters of this, and it's really good, and it's going to fit in this category. It says, in Gold Coast, Long Island, everything from the expensive downtown shops to the manicured beaches to the press uniforms of Jill Newman and her friends looks perfect. But as Jill found out 3 years ago, nothing is as it seems. Freshman year, Jill's best friend, the brilliant, dazzling Shayla Arnold, was killed by her boyfriend. After that dark night on the beach, Graham confessed the case was closed, and Jill tried to move on. Now it's Jill's senior year, and she's determined to make it her best. After all, she's a senior and a player, a member of Gold Coast Prep's exclusive, not-so-secret secret society. Senior players have the best parties, the highest grades, and the admiration of the entire school. This is going to be Jill's year. She's sure of it. But when Jill starts getting texts proclaiming Graham's innocence, her dreams of the perfect senior year start to crumble. If Graham didn't kill Shayla, who did? Jill vows to find out, but digging deeper means putting her friendships and her future in jeopardy. And herself at risk of being killed herself. Exciting! Okay, next, we have A Walk on the Dark Side. This is Visions of Horror, 21 all-new stories from modern horror's most daring voices. So this has Don Tomasonis, Lee Thomas, John Pellin, Tim Lebon, Jeffrey Thomas, Brian Keene, Brian Hodge, Paul Melnesic, Steve Raznick-Tem. So this is just a bunch of like short stories in an older book. So you know, these are always fun to do, fun to have. Like you can skip and scoop it, or you don't have to read them in order. Crossroads, Chikiniki, which I might skip. The Vanishing Point, Anthem of the Estranged, Something in the Air, God's Fist, Whatever Happened To. That one sounds really good. Incident Report, sounds good. Memories Are Made of This. Shoes, Fairy Fort, sounds good. The Abandoned, sounds good. Parting Jane, Little Miss Muffet is Dead Baby, sounds good. The King in Yellow, These Strange Lays, La Merdes Reves. An Ounce of Prevention is Worth a Pound of Flesh. That sounds good. Releasing the Shadows, Whoever Sits by the Shore, and An Ending. So that sounds really cool. It's just like a little anthology of scary stories. Now, if you guys have been following me, you know last year I pulled this for October. I never got to it. It's Haunted Hayride with Murder, an Otter Lake Mystery by Oralee Wallace. And this is where they go on a hayride through a cornfield, and there's a bunch of scary haunted attractions. There may be a possible murder that happened that they think is part of the show, and it's not. I'm not 100% sure. Never started it. Just read the synopsis on the back last year, and just never got to it. So we're going to try and get to it this year. This is a newer one for you guys. It's an episode of 6 stories. A shamed pop star, a devastating fire, 6 witnesses, 6 stories. Which one is true? This is Deity by Matt Wesolowski, and this was from if you guys follow me. This was in the Accursed Book Club box or book box or whatever. And this has been on my radar because it's set up like a podcast in some areas and instances. Like I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah, like it's set up like a podcast. If you look at the writing and stuff, it is really fun and interesting. Like, see, there's like dialogue and everything, and it's so good, is what everybody's saying. And it's Matt Wesolowski, who had praise for, oh man, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I'm not remembering the other. I can't remember. Oh, and I have it signed, so I didn't know that. It's about the author. He's a UK author and an English tutor for young people in care. Midnight Movie Creatures, Selfies from the End of the World, Cold Iron, The Black Land, Hydra, Channeling, Beast, which I think they're actually making a movie called Beast. But anyway, it's supposed to be really good. It looks kind of gruesome. It kind of reminds me of, what is the name of that book that we read that dealt with something? I can't remember. Anyway, it looks really good and sounds really fun. By the way, this is going to be a long video because I have a lot of books to talk about, so I apologize. Next, we're going to do Augustina Bazterrica from Pushkin Press's Tender as the Flesh. As you see, there is a bookmark in it. I'm going to force myself to read this. I got to chapter 9, and then I had to put it down because it just got so disgusting and gruesome. But I feel like this is going to be the right time to read this because of the fact that it's Summerween. But this is about human meat eating and not being able to eat the animals. So we're practicing cannibalism in this dystopian world. It's really gross. It came in the Accursed Book Club box once again. So there is that one. Now I picked this one up. This is new. You guys probably haven't seen this one unless you saw it in a haul video. But this is Lizzies Story by Stephen King. Now the cool thing about this is it goes for both of the July prompts. It has story in it, which is book related. And it's Lizzies Story by Stephen King. And Stephen King is known for his horror books. So therefore, it goes with Summerween and book related. I have no idea what this is about. I am so ready for this, though. I don't even want to read. I know she lost her husband, and that's about all I know. She wants to get justice for her husband's death or something like that. After a 25-year marriage of profound and sometimes frightening intimacy, Scott was an award-winning best-selling novelist and a very complicated man. Early in their relationship before they married, Lizzie knew there was a place Scott went, a place that both terrified and healed him, could eat him alive or give him the ideas he needed in order to live. Now it's Lizzie's turn to face Scott's demons, to go to that terrifying place known as Booyah Moon. What begins as a widow's effort to sort through the papers of her celebrated husband becomes a nearly fatal journey into the darkness he inhabited. So it says, the New York Times says it's haunting, a tender, intimate book that makes an epic interior journey. It's also an Apple TV Plus miniseries directed by Pablo Larraín, starring Julianne Moore, Clive Owen, Joan Allen, and Dane DeHaan, all episodes scripted by King himself. I don't have Apple Plus, so I can't watch it, unfortunately, and it's not on anything else. So if you get a chance to watch Lizzies Story by Stephen King, let me know. Let me know how it was. Next I have Green Eyed Demon by J. Wells. And I picked this one because it's got the word demon in it, and that goes with Summerween, like scary and stuff. It says things to do. 1, rescue sister from kidnappers. 2, take on leader of entire vampire race. And 3, survive. So not only is it about a demon, but it's also about vampires. And it's a saving your sister book, so that's kind of cool. That's all I had to see that like really got me to actually want to pick it up. And then the cover's kind of cool. You can't really see because of the stupid sticker, but she's got a gun in her hand, so she's like some type of like assassin type, you know, kick-ass woman thing. So there's that one. Then we have another James Patterson, and this one is Witch and Wizard. This is about a family that was called Witches and Wizards, and they got burned at the stake, but things rise before that. There's a countdown ticker that flashes onto the giant video screens. It's looking to be my family's last day. She sees her brother wondering some last minute way out of this. She sees her mother crying quietly for wit in her. She sees her father stooped with resignation, but smiling at me and my brother, trying to remind us that there's no point being miserable in our last moments on this planet. But I'm getting ahead of myself. There's a lot to cover before we get to the details of our public execution. So let's go back a bit. So you know that there's an execution coming up, but you get to find out what leads up to the execution. Why these people are making these accusations that they are, witches and wizards and, magical creatures that cause probably a lot of problems. I don't know. But it's a James Patterson, so, it's always on there. Next I have, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this one. This is Christina Henry's first scary book, I think. No, she did The Girl on Red and Alice. It says it's a true Survivor song by Paul Tremblay, which we love Paul Tremblay books. Let's just say I can't wait to read The Ghost in My Head or whatever it is called. He said it's a true page turner, unflinching and presenting in supernatural and everyday horrors. This is called The Ghost Tree, guys. This was in, what was this one in? No, I don't remember what box I got this in. I want to say it was the very first. No, that's not right. It wasn't in a cursed library box. It wasn't book of the month. I think this was like the bubbles and tea box that I got at one point. But it's called The Ghost Tree. It says, from the national bestselling author of Alice comes a chilling horror novel set in a small town where residents are going missing and the only clue to their fate is one teenager's terrifying vision. Okay, I can't say much because that movie just came out. But this is like Black Phone. Just saying. Next. We have Mira Grant's Feed. Now this one's about zombies, I'm pretty sure. And about the good news, we survived. The bad news, so did they. So, it says, alive or dead, the truth won't rest. My name is Georgia Mason, and I am begging you, rise up while you can. The year was 2014. We had cured cancer. We had beaten the common cold. But in doing so, we had created something new. Something terrible that no one could stop. The infection spread. Virus blocks taking over bodies and minds with one unstoppable command. Feed. Now, 20 years after the rising, Georgia and Sean Mason are on the trial of the biggest story of their lives, the dark conspiracy behind the infected. The truth will out, even if it kills them. So this is about, like, basically like a zombie nation or maybe or something, or some type of pandemic that, turns you into a flesh-eating zombie and you all you want to do is feed on people. I'm not 100% sure. It's got blood splatter on it, and it's written in red, so it kind of gave me, like, creepy vibes for Summerween. Next we have, this one doesn't even have like a cute cover or anything. These are stories to die for from the hottest new crime writers. This is called Killer Year. I got this from thrift books like forever ago. It's kind of damaged. But see, yes, it's very old and damaged. It is from 2008, y'all. Okay, so there's all of the stories, the contents, as it says. So there's all these stories. It goes to 277 pages. There's an introduction by Lee Child. Here. So there's Lee Child, Allison Brennan, Bill Cameron. I'm trying to find names that you guys would probably know. J.T. Ellison, Marcus Saki, Dave White, Laura Lippman, and then there's author biographies and stuff. So, interesting. Looks good, looks fun. No synopsis for it. It's short stories. We love that. Alright, we got two more books, y'all. Just hang tight. Here's another Stephen King and a Bev Vincent. This is 17 Turbulent Tales. This is Flight or a Fright. Right? Or Fright. Flight or Fright. And this is 17 different stories by Stephen King and Bev Vincent. I have no idea who Bev Vincent is, but it's a Stephen King book, so there you go. He's the author of The Road to the Dark Tower, the Bram Stoker Award-nominated companion to Stephen King's Dark Tower series, and the Stephen King Illustrated Companion, which was nominated for a 2010 Edgar Award and a 2009 Bram Stoker Award. He lives with his wife in Texas, where he is working on his next book. Oh, So he's worked with Stephen King before in the past. Now they have a book together. Awesome. All right, and the very last one, I know you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, is she going to say it? Or is everybody not going to read it? Or is everybody going to read it? And yes, I'm going to be like everybody else and pick this book up because it's Verity by Colleen Hoover. I'm already working on All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover still. I have a Colleen Hoover problem. All Your Perfects is really, really difficult, but this one I'm so excited for. I've heard so many great things about it. I heard that it's got like a creepy supernatural aspect to it. That's why I waited until Summerween to pick it up. I've been wanting to pick it up constantly. I've had the option to actually pick it up on audiobook for free from my library. And I was like, no, I'm going to wait. I really want to just read this. I'm going to hold the book in my hand and read it and just feel all the suspense and everything. And it also follows both prompts for July again because it is also about a person story that one of the characters takes and flips for herself or something, I believe is what they said before. A lot of people, a lot of my favorite YouTubers have already read this book and they loved it so much. They gave reviews on it. I am like about to throw up. I think Larry Reed's read it. Girl, I'm ready to read this. Okay, I cannot wait to pick this up. This is probably going to be the first book I pick up, but I got to finish All Your Perfects first. Okay. So that is what? All the books I'm reading this month. It's how many books? Damn, y'all, that is 20 books. Plus, I have to try and finish All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I am a little over 100 pages in. And there's like 300, I believe, pages. 307 pages. And I'm 110 pages in, and this book is disgustingly dirty. This one is a very hard-hitting book, though, I will tell you right now. If you pick up All Your Perfects, be prepared to cry like in any Colleen Hoover book, but if you suffer from any type of infertility issues, this will hit you in the feelers really hard, really early, and the way that it starts is just unreal, okay? And the next book I'm going to be picking up is Verity for sure because I want this one. And the only other book I'm still working on, guys, but I just got on Libby, I got it on audio with Will Smith's voice, and that is Will. Now, I have actually started annotating this. I made it 31 pages in, and my annotation game is on point right now. Like, look at that. It matches the freaking cover almost. All the different colors. So I'm going to continue to do that. What I might do is I might go back and reread this, and where there's different things, pick it up. But that is everything for you for July. I will see you guys in like 3 weeks, maybe less. It just depends if I'm ready to get back into the whole recording scheme of things. I will continue, though, to at least 2 times a month you will see me on here doing my book review and what I'm going to be reading for the month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!